After a failed siege more than 2,300 years ago, parts of the massive iron-clad wooden Helepolis tower were melted down to construct the Colossus of Rhodes. At the end of the 4th century BCE, following the death of Alexander the Great, the Kingdom of Rhodes established a close trade and cultural relationship with Pharaoh Ptolemy I of Egypt, forming an alliance that dominated trade throughout the Aegean Sea. Antigonus I, the king of Macedonia, felt threatened by this alliance, fearing that Ptolemy might use Rhodes as a base to attack Macedonia, or that the Rhodians might supply ships and materials to the pharaoh. Determined to break the alliance, Antigonus I sent his son, the future king of Macedonia, Demetrius, along with a large fleet to besiege Rhodes in 305 BCE. Their primary objective was to capture the island's harbor. Demetrius quickly built his own harbor adjacent to the original one and constructed a causeway to protect his sea operations. Meanwhile, his forces ravaged the island and set up a large camp just outside the city of Rhodes, but out of range of its defenses. Both sides employed various engineering devices, including mines and other siege equipment, but the most remarkable was Demetrius's giant siege tower, known as the Helepolis, or Taker of Cities. The Helepolis, towering at about 40 meters high, was made of wood and reinforced with iron plates. It had a tapering shape and was divided into multiple levels, housing hundreds of soldiers ready to bombard the city walls with catapults and battering rams. The front of the tower was equipped with artillery ports, and mechanical doors lined with wool and seaweed were used to protect the tower from fire. The entire structure, weighing 160 tons, rested on 8 wheels, each about 4.5 meters high. A workforce of 3,400 men worked in shifts to push and position the tower in front of the city's walls. Despite its formidable presence, the Rhodians fiercely attacked the Helepolis, managing to damage some of the iron plates, exposing the wooden frame beneath. Fearing the tower would be destroyed, Demetrius ordered it to be withdrawn. A year later, reinforcements from Ptolemy arrived by sea to aid Rhodes, forcing Demetrius and his forces to abandon the siege, leaving most of their equipment behind. A decade later, the Rhodians melted down the weapons left by Demetrius's forces, including the iron plates from the Helepolis, and sold off the remaining parts of the tower. With the money and materials, they constructed the Colossus of Rhodes to commemorate their victory over their mighty enemy. The colossal statue was built with an iron framework covered in bronze plates to form its skin, and the structure was filled with stone blocks. The statue stood atop a 15-meter marble pedestal. By 280 BCE, after 12 years of work, the Colossus was completed. Unfortunately, the Colossus of Rhodes stood for only 54 years. In 226 BCE, an earthquake struck the island, causing the statue to break at the knees and collapse. Eventually, the statue's remnants were gathered and melted down when Rhodes was taken by the Arabs in 653 CE. The bronze was sold to a Jewish merchant who reportedly needed over 900 camels to transport it. Though neither the Helepolis nor the Colossus of Rhodes exists today, both left a lasting mark on modern culture. For example, the design of the Statue of Liberty in New York was inspired by the Colossus of Rhodes, which was considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world.